Greetings to my fellow Hiccup heroes across the world. Welcome to another episode of the Hiccups and Healing podcast, the ultimate destination for anyone navigating the tumultuous waters of high conflict co-parenting. I'm your host, Saide Saddiq-Cisse, and today's episode is all about finding peace in co-parenting. We will be featuring a clip from a conversation I had with two lived experience guests, a mother and a father, who bring their lived experience and insights to the table, highlighting the importance of having a clear purpose and alignment, letting go of control and domination, accepting that there are bigger things happening beyond one's control, and the importance of healing from past wounds by letting go of conflict to focus more on unconditional love for the sake of the children. Through their stories, our guests offer valuable lessons for anyone going through similar challenges. They emphasize the importance of focusing on the child's well-being, understanding the bigger picture, and letting go of control, blame, and resentment for the greater good. So if you're a co-parent looking to make peace in your co-parenting journey and work towards a harmonious environment for your child, then this episode is for you. So sit back, relax, and join us for this insightful conversation. Let's play the clip.
Now that the purpose is clear, I can see now. If he's not aligned with that, there is no us. Because I have something bigger that's being orchestrated, not trying to control it no more. It was like, we're a family. Same how he is. Control, dominate. No more. For what? We all do that. My therapist says something. Man plans, God establishes. I want what he has established for me. If it's meant to be, it will be in alignment. If it's not, well, guess what? I'm still gonna move in alignment because I'm gonna meet who's meant for me. So I'm not blocking my stuff because I want to go back and try again. I'm not gonna backtrack. I'm gonna move in my being, my authentic self. Because if it ain't you, it's somebody else. It's in alignment with my purpose. And that's why I say I went through what I went through. That's why I see what I see. That's why I learned what I learned. Because it was a deeper purpose to my situation. So that's how I'm moving now. I don't have no more expectation. If he wants to be a father, he can be a father. If he doesn't, then, it will break my heart for my son, but then he doesn't.
What do you mean he will break your heart for your son?
I want his father to be in his life, regardless of how that looks.
Even though he doesn't change anything, would that be okay?
That would be okay. Because then I gotta prepare him to choose. That's where the choice comes in. Mm-hmm. You could go that way or you could go this way. He has both sides of the spectrum. I know my purpose and what I want to show him and what example I need to show him. So that's where it's like, you have a choice.
Yeah, I grew up with a single mom too. My mom will always talk bad about my dad. As a female, it was really hard for her because like the fact that she has two babies, right? And my brother. And I told her the other day, me as a grown up, I said, if I would have an opportunity to talk to you, I would have told you not to have me. Because some people have to understand that bringing a child to life has a lot of responsibilities. And one of them is, if the shit don't work out, let it go without no blame, So my mom will always blame my dad, and my dad will say your mom is crazy all the time. So that will be the thing. So one thing that I really did, instead of choosing, as you said, because at one point you feel like you have to choose, right? But then I don't feel like that was healthy for me. So what I did in my own way was I blocked both of them. I understood that I had to love myself more than shit they got going on, whether they like each other or not, because that's another thing that plays, as I said, that plays a big part. The healing part is so important, and that's why I say you have to know exactly, you have to be 100% sure what you're doing, because standing by is a mixture of feeling which only can erupt like a volcano, or it could just be in silence for a while, but at one point it will erupt, because that's what volcano does.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a child, whether you're together or not, you have to come to a common ground. You have to make it harmonious as possible. You have to keep the peace, because the purpose, which is the child, is much bigger than your conflict, much bigger than your misunderstanding. That's what it boils down to. We could have a family and his dad have a family, and we could take my son to Disney, because we understand we have a purpose, our son together.
It's so good to know exactly what is it that you want.
Right, because some people are just like oil and vinegar.
Yeah, and you come to an understanding. Listen, like we're not good for each other, but you know, you're good with this one. You know, I like her. We have
and
a
you don't have
that's
to like
unconditional love.
That is conditional love, no matter how it looks.
Right.
You work through it, get through it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't. Because if it does, it's not unconditional love. That's control. It's so deep. The voices need to be heard to create the shift, understanding, the unconditional love. We are not building from that space. This is why Mother Earth is dying, because we think the war is with Russia and Ukraine. It's the divine masculine and divine feminine.
I want to add something to that, whatever you guys saying. I was raised by a stepdad when I was 7, but I don't know, for some reason my stepdad, as a Dominican guy, he never knew how to express love, because back in the days as a man, that is
your
not
stepdad or biological father?
I call him my dad, but my stepdad.
Okay.
So he never sat down and said, "Oh, I love you guys." He never said, "I love you guys." In the first place, and we were 6 kids, and he never said, "I love you guys." But then there were different ways how to show love. So I wasn't ever seeking for love from my stepdad, my dad, but in the same time, I always see what he did. So one time I remember that we had nothing to eat for a whole month, and he just came with a whole sack full of yams, and that's what we ate the whole day on month, with eggs, with salami, but just yams. So that taught me love in a different way.
Action.
That told me, and that was what he was saying, in a way that he wasn't showing in an expressful way love, but he was showing in different ways. Maybe he will ask his mom, but he know that the end rule would be his stepdad giving the money. You know what I'm saying? So my mom, listen, in the Dominican Republic, my stepdad, he had 6 kids going to a private school. A lot of money, bilingual school, a lot of money. A lot of money. I never questioned my mom where he came from, but I knew he was heaven. So like he never, when I was young, he never showed me love like in that lovey way, like I love you family type of shit, but he always showed me that he was there and that he would do anything to make sure that I have everything. And that was kind of impactful, because then I understood that there's many multiple ways to show love. Love could be many different forms.
Love takes many forms indeed, my brother. And to all of you listening, our guest on this episode of Hiccups and Healing shares stories of separate co-parenting situations, but their lived experiences were deeply connected. The stories our guests shared today were raw, emotional, and perhaps even triggering. But through their lived experiences, they taught us a valuable lesson. High conflict co-parenting can have a significant impact on both parents and children, but there are ways to overcome the challenges and create a positive environment for everyone involved. One of the most important takeaways from this conversation is the importance of letting go of control and focusing on the child's well-being. Co-parents should find common ground and make peace and work together to benefit each other, especially the child. Additionally, our guests emphasized the crucial role of healing from past wounds and letting go of blame and resentment. By prioritizing unconditional love for the child's sake, co-parents can overcome the challenges of high conflict co-parenting and manifest that nurturing environment that is needed for a child to reach optimal development. For those of you navigating high conflict co-parenting, know that you are not alone. Our guest stories offer hope and inspiration, reminding us that by prioritizing the child's well-being, finding common ground, and letting go of control and resentment, a more positive, harmonious environment can be created. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hiccups and Healing. Hope you found this episode as insightful and meaningful as I did. Please share your thoughts and comment below on the lessons you learned from our guests. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more episodes like this one. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep healing.